Hey guys, thank you very much for joining me for another Nexomon video. I'd like to take this tiny video to just tell you 5 ways I think Nexomon Extinction is better than Pokemon. But before I get any hate from Pokemon fans, please bear in mind that I was there in, what was it, 96, 97 when Pokemon Red and Blue came out. I remember reading about it in the Nintendo magazines, getting excited, getting Pokemon Red for Christmas, and loving the hell out of Pokemon ever since. But as a fan, you also have to admit that the Pokemon games have not really evolved much. They've got some cool features, and of course they play very well, and they are very polished. They are a Nintendo title after all, but they're not evolving with their audience, if you get my meaning. They kind of really stay in really safe and playing it very, very, very careful. But Nexomon does some things which I think, you know, Pokemon, the people at Game Freak and the Pokemon Company could take note from and evolve. So here we go. First up is something that's always grinded me for a while, to be honest, not a while, but forever, with Pokemon games, and that is the fact that you needed to buy both of them, you know, Red and Blue, Gold, Silver, Ruby, Sapphire, etc., you know. And as a kid, especially in the 90s, you know, when money wasn't plentiful around my way, you had to have, you know, a Game Boy with one of the copies of the game. Your friend or your siblings had to have another Game Boy with the other copy of the game. You had to get a link cable. You had to get the bastard to work. It's just a right royal pain in the butt, and you can't complete your Pokédex without somebody or yourself having 2 Game Boys and 2 copies of the game. And then of course that went on to the Game Boy Advance, and then the DS, and then the 3DS, and of course the Nintendo Switch. It's obviously a money-making tactic. Yes, I know they're trying to encourage people to play together and all that crap, but you don't really need to do it, do you? I mean, but we're all suckers, we all keep buying it. Here you go, here's a weird one for you. The fact that everybody in Nexomon treats your character with absolute contempt. You're hated by your fellow tamers, you're kind of given grief by everybody, and that I think is a breath of fresh air, because obviously in every Pokemon game the only rival you have is the rival, and then everybody else loves you. You're the savior, you are the golden boy or girl, you know, you are the one that can't do no wrong. And to be honest, to be able to play a character that everybody despises, yet you're the one that's going to save everybody, I think is great, because then, you know, you could just be a real kick in the dick to them, really, can't you? But yeah, I think that's something really cool, is that they made you not the one everybody loves, and you get blamed for a lot of the kerfuffle that goes on within the world of Nexomon. And number 3, it's one of the main points that I liked to make in my review, and that is the difficulty. You cannot deny that more recent Pokemon games of late have been very, very easy to beat. There's no real challenge, and that's unfortunate. But with Nexomon, there is challenge. No matter how far you seem to get as you're, you know, chopping your way through the story, which is extensive and long. It takes you many, many hours to do the main story of Nexomon, but you will need to grind. You know, I've said it before, it plays like an RPG, so you need to get those Nexomon levels up. However, the downside is that when you do get those levels up, the Nexomon in the wild and the tamers that you can battle time and time and again, they kind of scale up with you almost, and then the bosses can be a real bitch. But yes, difficulty is good, because only through struggle do we get stronger, you know, to quote some famous person that probably may have said that at some point in history. Number 2, I'm going to cheat and just squeeze 2 in there together, and that is the fact that Nexomon has all these different side quests and the crafting mechanics within the game, which adds in tons of replayability, you know, once you can go back and do everything. I'm not going to spoil anything for anybody, I don't do that, I'm not that kind of guy. But yeah, basically because you have side quests that range from, you know, if you've watched my review, you know that you have to go and delete porn off of an old pervy ghost's computer. You can also go and take out bandits that are harassing local villages. You can... the shards that you can collect to be able to craft stuff, you can also give to people in exchange for other things. Other people ask you to find people, you have to look for a lost girl at one point. The list goes on, and they're all varied. They're not samey. It doesn't always involve Nexomon or any kind of Team Rocket-esque escapade. There's even one where you give this guy like an elixir and then he just nobs off and takes your shit. But don't worry, you can find him and beat his ass back into the ground. And also then, the crafting, when you collect all the shards that keep replenishing themselves all throughout the world, and you can use those to create your own cores or Nexomon traps, among other things. It's just really good, and I love side activities in games and side quests, and they implement it in this game very, very well. And finally, at number 1, I absolutely love the Nexomon designs. Now, as I keep saying, and I keep reiterating, because I don't want to develop no kind of rift in any fan bases whatsoever, I do really love Pokemon. I enjoy Pokemon. I think Pokemon are awesome. Lucario is the shizniz, but a lot of the more modern designs for the Pokemon have been a bit wank, to be honest, like a set of floating keys. In Pokemon Sword and Shield, there's an apple one, among a teapot one. I mean, we don't just drink tea in England, okay? I want to just get that out there. We don't just drink tea. I mean, I smash in Pepsi Max like it's going out of fashion. But anyway, I digress. That's beside the point. But the Nexomon designs are incredibly cool. Yes, their names aren't always very good. There are some pretty wank names with the Nexomon, but their designs and how animated they are when they're fighting is really, really good. Like, I have a Nexomon that's got like a head, like a hammer. Obviously, he's a hammerhead shark kind of Nexomon, and there's just dragon Nexomon, and obviously the tyrants look really awesome. And just even the first of all forms of some of the very like most common Nexomon just look very well designed, and almost like they actually cared, you know? They weren't just trying to bash shit out. But yes, Nexomon designs I think are better than more modern Pokemon designs, but that's just my opinion. But thank you very much for watching, and I hope you guys are enjoying Nexomon. If you are, please let me know in the comments. If there's any other kind of Nexomon content you'd like to see from me, please let me know. And until next time, I shall be playing Nexomon. Will you?